I'm going to go through this. If you already know how to do some of this, just skip forward and find the stuff that you need to know. So rounding, we're going to review this. Rounding to the nearest tenth, we need to keep one decimal. So if we're only keeping one decimal, basically that's what it's going to look like. We're going to have one decimal or one number after the decimal. We look at the second number, it's a 7. 7 is big. So 0 to 4, round down. 5 to 9, round up. So 7's a big number, so we're going to round up. 7.9. This one, we want to keep the 9.3. The next number is a 9. It's a big number, so this becomes 9.4. This one has extra numbers, so I'm going to cover those right away. I want to keep one. I look at the second number after the decimal. It's a small number, so we're rounding down. Now rounding down just means keep 1.3. We just get rid of the 2 and the 4 and the 7. So rounding down, do not change that first decimal. This one's a little tricky. 1.9, we have a big number after it, so we have to go up. But up from 9 kind of goes to 10. So we actually have to go to 2.0. So instead of 199, it's 200. We get rid of that 0. You have to put the 0.0 to show that you've rounded. You need to keep one decimal place. Money always has 2 decimal places. Cents go into 100, so you can't just have 8.3. Doesn't look right. We have to keep 2 decimals. So 34, we look at the third number, it's a big one. So this becomes 35. Now you might say, well, we don't use pennies anymore, but we do for the banks. Only if you're paying cash would you round this to 830, or 835. With this one, we always keep the decimals unless you're using cash. So this one we want to keep 76. The next number is a big one, so we're going to go up to 77. If it's cash, it would go down to 75, but in this case, we keep the 2 decimals. Don't round it as if it's cash. Keep 2 decimals. So this one we want to keep 19. The next number is a 3. So it's going to go down or stay at 0.19. Money always has 2 decimals. Don't even look at that 8. We ignore it because all we want to do is keep 2. So we look at 3 numbers after the decimal. And this one, we've got 49, and tricky with the 9. 8's a big number. So from 49, we go up to 50. Even though it's a 0, we keep 2 decimals. Always 2 decimals for money. For most answers, if it's not money, we have 1 decimal. Money, 2 decimals for the whole unit. So percents. If we want to create a percent, we're going to take the part that we have and divide by the whole number. So in this case, we're going to take 36, divide by 50, and we always multiply by 100 to get a percent. So we get 72%. Same thing, 24 divided by 70 times 100. And I'm going to round this to 1 decimal place. All the questions, unless it's money, keep 1 decimal. So converting to a decimal, all we do is divide by 100. So when we create a percent, we multiply by 100. This way we're going backwards. We're dividing by 100. To get rid of the percent sign. This one, divide by 100. Try it in the calculator. Be careful with these really small ones. Divide by 100. And I'm going to keep all the decimals. Typically when we make a decimal, we're going to multiply by something right after it. So you only round when you get to the final answer. So like this, 70% of 38. Of means to multiply. So we have to divide by 100 first to get rid of the percent sign, then multiply 38. This is our final answer, one number after the decimal. Divide by 100, multiply. This one we get exactly 90. Divide by 100 and multiply. And it's 4.48, so I would round that to 4.5. Again, if it's money, 2 decimals, otherwise 1 decimal. Divide by 100 and multiply. And because it is money, we're going to keep 2 decimals in the final answer. Okay, next up, we're going to convert all these numbers into decimals. And what that means is we're not going to use minutes, we're going to change it into hours. So, how many minutes in an hour? 60. So if we have minutes, we just divide by 60. Kind of similar to back here. We divided by 100 for percents. Minutes divide by 60. And this is what I mean by a decimal. 75 minutes is 1.25 hours. Everything we do for paychecks, money, we want to convert to the decimal first. 230 minutes, divide by 60. And generally, we're going to be multiplying by money after we do this, so I'm going to keep 2 decimals just for later on. 3 hours, 15 minutes. This is already hours, so we're not going to change that. We just take the 15, divide by 60, and get a decimal. 2 hours, 20, divide the minutes by 60. And I'm going to keep 2 decimals because generally, we're going to multiply by how much you make each hour. So for all these, the same thing. Try them out, see if you can pause the video, and then check your answers after you're done. And so be careful with this one. It's 9.16, but we're going to round up if you look at all the decimals. So, and this part is really tricky for a lot of people. Calculating the hours worked based on the time, the clock. So 8:30 to 10. I'm just going to split it up. Instead of 8:30 to 10, I'm going to do 8:30 to 9 and then to 10 o'clock. And so it's obvious there's 1 hour there. There's a half or 30 minutes there. And if you put it in minutes, divide by 60, 1.5. 9 to 4. Might be easier to split it at noon. 9 to 12 is 3 hours. 12 to 4 is 4. 7 hours total. 11:45 to 3:15. So the obvious one is 3 hours from 12 to 3. There's 15 minutes from 11:45. And then 15 minutes on the end. So we can add these together. And remember, 30 minutes, we have to divide by 60. We get 0.5. Minutes must be divided by 60. So pause the video, try these ones out, see how you do, and then check your answers once you're done. So for this one, 3.25. This one's a little tricky.